Today on Showbiz A to Z. Hi, sir. Pajon Bentifi Datsing.
Yes.
Bentifi Datsing. Hi, sir.
Do you read his column?
I read most times.
Do you read his column?
I do. Uncle Ken!
Yeah, man.
The one go man.
And Pajon has been a police for so many years.
A police is
Just like,
oh yeah, Dawson. And then to my real uncle, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we can accept that.
I started calling him uncle when he was like 20 years old.
Yeah. Yes.
Francis Doko is right here. Let me get your destination right, because in your master's son, you see, from those days to now, Francis Doko is the COO of Plugin Media, and he is a host of Africa Rising, African travel
podcast
and tourism podcast. I listened to a lot of them yesterday.
Yes.
There's the Shills one, the Kizumba. Yeah, I listened yesterday. It was awesome.
Kwame, can I say something about
Please do,
Mr. Doku?
Before he speaks. Yeah.
Yes. When I saw that Mr. Doku was appearing today on this show,
Yeah.
I said to myself, oh, whatever I was doing, Sanima Bomodenia meet Francis. Because I haven't seen him for so long.
Yeah. He was very busy.
You know, oh yes. He's a busy person.
He still is.
And he's an international traveler.
And Mungo Park.
Yeah, he is. He hops from place to place, and I always read his reports and things, his podcasts and things with such envy. You can't understand, because I say to myself, I wish I had the opportunity to do what Francis does.
Yeah.
Hop from place to place.
Yeah.
But he does it so well, and he reports it. That's why he keeps doing it, because people
He's
are
a genius.
impressed. Yes, he's a genius.
Yeah.
And he had been my co-panelist on this show for so many years.
Yeah.
I was an
ardent listener then.
Yes, alongside the late Nana Tex.
Yes.
And today Francis put up a post announcing he's coming on the show, and when I saw it and he mentioned Nana Tex, and I went, oh, Nana.
Nana.
We had such fun.
They were on this show and then the white carpet, right?
Yes. When they leave the show, no, you haven't got the trajectory right. When they leave the show, they go to Osu.
Okay.
Night market
to eat domado and things.
Oh wow!
Before going on the
white carpet.
The white carpet.
Hey,
Nana.
You did things.
And we had so much fun, and it was a joy to be with these guys. Francis since then has, the elevation has been so steep.
Sure.
Astronomical. Thank you, George.
Bravo.
Bravo.
This one is fans from not.
And I sent him a message one time congratulating him and telling him how much I adore him and respect him and love him. And to see him today, I'm so happy. Francis, welcome.
Uncle Francis, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Uncle Ken. Very just preliminary to say that this studio looks so different from when we were.
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
I can't relate.
I think when the show started, this show started with Pajon, myself, and Uncle Ken.
Okay.
And then with Niai
Tego.
Yeah, and then later Nana Texin joined, and then we had Niai, we had Mama V, and all that, and I think it's been good. So when I was coming here, I said, well, this gives like the previous vibe. So
you see that
we'll see. I meet with Uncle Ken again. I listen to him every Sunday. And
that's why he listens to my show. I know that.
Yeah. And so it's good to be back here with our favorite uncle,
great,
and PJ. And the man in the middle.
Okay. So we'll be talking. But before.
Hold on. How do you mention everybody's name and just say the man in the middle? What sort of discrimination is this?
Because we are coming to you.
No, but you should mention my name.
You mention his name.
I will mention your name, George.
No, thank you very much.
A.K.A. Abuaji.
All right, so we'll be talking about tourism later on. We'll be talking about 2023, actually to review tourism in the year. But in the meantime, something happened last week. It was a play. Imagine a young man killing his father to marry his mother. Hey, Charlie, serious. I was there watching this play and I was like, wow, directing, the lighting, everything on point. JQ is here. He is the director of the play. Did this together with April Communication, so Image Bureau and April Communications.
And the National Theatre.
Okay, and the National Theatre. Thank you.
Kwame,
how did the first
can
one
we
go?
give him a round of applause before you start?
And a standing ovation.
No, because I think he deserves.
And a standing ovation. You did so well because I saw the reviews.
And don't
on
also
social media.
forget that he's the his,
artistic director
in residence.
Yes.
Right.
Of the National Theatre.
No, I think he clarified that.
Yes.
And said it was for a particular.
Yes, for a period.
In residence.
Till end of the year.
Yeah, we don't care.
In residence.
For what?
Till end of the year.
It's the
So end of
director
the
we are
year.
concerned about.
So currently you still are the director.
Yes, currently.
Artistic director.
Artistic
In
director.
residence.
In residence, it's important to add that.
Every director is director.
No, it's important to add that.
George, how did the first one go?
Thank you, and thank you all for the applause and cheers. Let me start by first giving the glory to God. It went well. I keep saying that if you are able to fill the ground floor of the National Theatre on the same weekend when the biggest player in the industry also has a show going on, then God has really come through for you. Because when we got to know that we'll be clashing dates, with the legendary Uncle White, honestly, we panicked. And if we could switch dates, we would.
Wow.
Yeah, because you need to know. Mr. Doku here is a marketing communication specialist, and I will tell you, sometimes you need to conduct a SWOT analysis, and then once you do, you'd know what to do. And when there was no effort, we decided to, push up our publicity strategy a bit, and add a little prayer, and God did come through for us. So we're truly grateful. How did it go? After our review, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things went so well, but that's because they don't know what we actually wanted to achieve.
Okay.
Yes, for us, we will score ourselves about 65-70%, because not everything went as we had hoped it would. But we're still trusting God for a better show come Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We've crossed our T's, dotted our I's. Those that know the story, I'm sure they probably spotted a few loopholes here and there. I'm still waiting for Mr. Doku's review.
Was he there? Did he
Mr. Doku was there.
He'll review.
Yes, Mr. Doku was there, and I'm sure he would do it today. And we need the negatives, those that actually can critique from that with that other eye, because it is that other eye that can help us improve. So we're looking forward to some of those. When you look at our political landscape, you'd agree that Ghanaians get excited by very little things sometimes. So sometimes you need to go a little deeper to hear the voices of critics like Pa John, like Uncle Ken, like Mr. Doku, like Nia Itego.
My man,
exactly. Like Arnold Asmabedu and others. So that you can do your homework and then you can prep properly and come better next time. If the late Nana Texan were around, would hear a lot of sarcasm, which also when you listen deeply and listen and listen in between what he's saying, there's
Makes
a lot
a
that
lot
you
of
can
sense.
pick up and then you can. So yes, we thank everybody for the support, but we're hoping to do better come Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
I know this is a very capital intensive production. How much did you spend on production?
Our initial budget before the National Theatre Partnership was somewhere around 650k cedis. 650,000 cedis somewhere.
Wow.
The National Theatre Partnership dropped it by some 200,000 cedis, so circa 450, 500 roughly. And then again, it could have been more, but we had a lot of support from media organizations that freely gave us their platforms without taking a dime in return. Some also give us huge discounts. Shouts to Multimedia Group and all the others that supported us in diverse ways. And to the presenters that went out of their own way to talk about our show, Uncle Ken would talk about our show even though he didn't have an LPM in front of him. And all that, and everybody else that has supported in one way or the other. Those that shared our flyers, those that went on X to X. Now what do you say, Twitter or X?
Now you post to
on Twitter, on
X. Yes.
Those that went to post on X about us, everywhere. Those that told their friends, because look, there's no publicity better than word of mouth. those that came to see it and told their friends about it and encouraged them to come. We're grateful to each and every single one of you.
George, no, not you, Kwame.
Yes, sir.
You said you post on X.
Yes.
Couldn't you have just kept you tweet on X?
I don't even get it.
The man.
But you don't tweet it.
But
The bets are dead.
it's still twitter.com.
Zuckerberg has killed the bet.
It's still
You see,
Twitter.com.
but he's confusing us.
Tweet on X.
He has killed the bet.
George, you were on Hits FM and you mentioned that you paid tax.
Yes, and a lot of people
60,000.
a lot of people got that
Please
bit
clarify,
confused. Let me
yeah.
clarify that. The main import of that conversation was this: we don't hate paying taxes.
Yes.
In fact, we'll be stupid to think that we should not pay taxes. We want to pay taxes, but is it okay to use the taxes to develop our sector?
Good.
And you see, it is not that we do not understand how taxation works. We do. What you pay on VAT is about 21.9%, somewhere thereabouts. That's what you pay. So what it means is that if my ticket is going to be 100 cedis, I have to put plus 21.9% for the government of Ghana. Now here is how it affects me. Adding that 21,
VAT is 15%.
it's no. By the time you finish all those
with all
taxes,
those
everything
other
else, by the time we finish all the
It's
calculations,
21%.
21%. So let's work with 21%. By the time you finish everything, you are 21%. Now, what people do not understand is this is how that 21% affects me. If I'm going to add that 21% on that 100 Ghana cedis, I've already told somebody stay at home, do not come, because that 21% could have been that person's transportation. Into Washington budget. Oh, there be Sankaskani say Yankabitmiaba. And it's a dynamic. Even if it were 50 cedis and you added one peswa, you've turned somebody away. It is a fact for every show. You understand? But let's put all that aside. We are not worried about that. My point is this: if we are going to pay so much in taxes and we are not going to restructure it and say that, okay, for every production you're going to do, we're going to attach someone from the GRA to your team. We're going to work with you from the beginning, and then when it's done and you've deducted your cost of production, then you pay your taxes. It would be great if it were so, but it doesn't work that way. So some do not understand why I can pay this much in taxes and still run at a loss. Let me tell you how it works. It works that way because the GRA will be at the door with you. They count every single. Ask the organizers of MPEG Awards. They'll tell you. They count every.
He refers you to MPEG. What was the last time?
I know why they couldn't do it again.
Do you speak Ghana on this show?
It is coming back. We don't. We don't speak Ghana. You can speak Chi, but not Ghana.
You know, ask them why they couldn't come back. And it's not just them. So many other people that have tried to do things. They do the first one, and by the time you finish paying the government of Ghana, which nobody is against, so they'll be at the door with you. They'll count the number of people that come in. Maybe 1,000, 2,000 people came in, and when they strike and they take out their 21%, you'd have to pay them like 100,000 and all that. When you finish, maybe you make 300,000.
Yeah,
you've paid government at 100,000. Also, I mean, hypothetically, and then you have 200,000 left, and your production cost is 450,000. How do you make profit? Your sponsorship that you got amounted to 80,000. You still have a deficit. You've paid your taxes. The government is happy. Everybody else is happy. You've been able to pay your cast and everybody
Mind
else.
you, if you make profit, you still pay corporate tax.
You
Exactly.
still pay
Yeah.
corporate tax.
That's
Exactly.
And corporate tax has not come in.
Exactly.
at
Corporate
all.
taxes have not.
Yes.
I'm not even looking at that one. I'm looking at the one that the GRA takes at the door.
But just the one that GRA takes at the door.
Yes.
It is not a tax.
What is it then?
It's VAT.
Yeah,
It's just VAT. What is the last word? What does the T stand for?
it's
value added.
Value
tax.
added tax. No, but it is not direct.
No.
Corporate tax.
That's
Income
sales tax, actually.
That's sales tax.
Yeah, that's
It is.
sales
That is
tax.
why I said
And everybody pays sales tax.
on
Yeah.
top of whatever your basic
Every
prices. It is
human
for
being
government.
in this country
We understand. So
pays
we
it.
agree that we have to pay. Everybody pays it. Even when you buy this, you've paid it and all that.
I think
But mine is,
I
can
think
you
maybe
use the
this is-
money to develop our sector.
This is not really the forum for it, but
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think the point has been that it is high.
It is high.
Yeah.
It's a
no.
level that is
Okay.
high.
It is
But
too
as for
high.
sales tax, everybody pays it.
Everybody
Yeah.
pays it.
Yes,
We agree.
but
You
we're
have to
saying
pay.
that 15% for VAT is high. Now you have to add 2%.
NHI,
2.5% get
NHI,
fund. 1% COVID has gone 3 years ago.
Yes.
We're still paying the
everybody agrees that those things are.
So even
levies
apart
are
from
too
the
much.
creative industry, other people are complaining as
No,
well.
Yes.
So Kwame, the thing is this. You see, let other people complain. I want to focus on mine.
I get
Let me
you.
be selfish. Because mine is the place where we are suffering the most. This is a government that promised us ultra modern auditoriums all across the country. If the money is not coming from other sources, the taxes, look, and let's sit down and calculate the taxes that have been taken from all these shows. One of the biggest achievements of this government is December NGH, year of return.
Yeah.
What do you think made it successful? You think the people come here to go to church? Or you think they come here to go and watch National Science and Maths quiz? Or you think they come here to go and watch some football match? It is the entertainment and the arts related things that make them or boss, are they like?
Oh,
that's what brings them.
absolutely.
That's what has made us so
That's true.
successful. The
That's
creative
true.
sector. That is what.
But
if we are going to
but there
mark
are
this,
figures to show that entertainment contributes just about
no, you're not getting me. Look, if we are going to mark this government for anything, this year of return and beyond the return is going then December and GH is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Look, if you're going to score them over 10 for that alone, you may give them 9.
Sure.
Or even 8, or they lie. And what has made us so successful?
George,
So, yes.
I think that most of your points are valid.
Thank you.
But I, when I saw your initial post, thought that it
I
was
took you to another place.
Wait.
Yeah.
When I saw your initial post on Facebook, I thought it was a bit disingenuous.
Why?
Which post,
Honestly,
which
which
post
one?
was that?
The one about 60,000.
I didn't make a post on it.
It wasn't.
It was a
posted.
conversation on Hits
It
FM.
was somebody
and
who
they
picked and
left
posted.
somebody
who
left
posted.
out the part and chose. You know how we do it here.
They chose the
yeah.
headline. So they
chose
quoted
that
the headline.
was what swayed everybody away. When you read
So
the
what
story-
was it you posted?
When you read it, I
He didn't post
about
anything.
it.
It was.
He's
I
posted on
I
Hits
saw
FM.
it. I saw it on.
He granted an interview on Hits FM.
So who put it on Facebook?
Those who
people
listen,
did.
those who
Story
listen.
Well, I saw it on
Ah.
Enoch's.
You see.
Enoch's page was where I saw it.
Where you saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I haven't
And-
listened on
Yeah.
radio.
And naturally, you cannot blame them. Everybody wants a sensational part, and the sensation is basically because it's too high. So everybody wants to draw attention to it. But the main import, and if you listen to that interview, what I was saying was that look, if you're going to tax us so much, is it possible to use it to develop our
That's the
sector?
crux of the matter.
That is all I'm asking for. Is it too much to ask, Manje?
No, I mean it's a bit skewed to ask. I think because
Why?
because whatever tax it is goes into one
Consolidated
fund.
Yes.
that's where it
Yeah.
will go to.
You
Yes.
don't isolate and say that this is what
This is what I have paid, so you should come to me.
Every VAT goes
I
into.
agree.
I could also go and ask.
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
But you can also,
Complete
yeah,
everything.
Because you
go
talk
and
about the
ask.
complete
He's-
thing.
and
He's
I am
speaking
s-
for himself.
And I'm saying so because you'd all agree that look, why are we doing this play on a weekday, which is very difficult to sell, and everybody here would agree. Again, Francis.
Me, I thought it was because you could only get those dates.
because that's
of
it.
the season.
Yeah.
The venue is not available
Because of the
and
season.
because
yeah.
there is only one theater that is functional. State House Banquet Hall has been shut down. Accra International Conference Center is oversubscribed. Grand Arena I cannot afford. There is nowhere else. Our center is dead. For Marine Drive, it is dead.
It's been dead.
You understand?
long.
It's been dead for. So where else should I go and stage a production like this? I cannot afford UPSA Auditorium. No. If I go to a College of Physicians and Surgeons, it will not be able to accommodate anybody. It's
Sure.
too small. It won't
Sure.
work.
Sure.
So is it too much to ask that? What you know? Let us change the seats inside the National Theatre. Let us fix the air conditioning in the National Theatre. Let us do A, B, C, D, a few things. I know resources are scarce. Wants and needs are endless. You understand? But if you really want to, I know if we want to, we can be deliberate about it. Otherwise, we can continue having conversations like
But
that.
John,
And
it's
say,
just
it
asking
goes
for
into
too
a fund,
much.
and that fund has to
I don't-
cater to
I
So
everything.
Pajon backs him all the way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that it's asking for too much, because, like Francis was saying, that it's a bit skewed towards that. Why not? Why not? You're using it to develop the country. Yes, we all understand. It's the same thing as how, when one region has a certain resource, that region wants more of the resource.
Exactly.
So if we have brought in the VAT, and we're asking that use the VAT, not use the VAT on individuals, but use the VAT on institutions and processes and functions that help develop the sector.
Actually,
that
if they
particular
isolate
sector.
your VAT, you see that it is very.
It is
small.
not
Minute.
minute,
Very
and
small.
but it will help.
isolate it. But don't Doku, imagine if you've isolated it small. Imagine if you've taken, let's say, what, 50k from, let's say, what do you call it? The gods are not to blame.
It will be big.
You've taken another 50k from, what do you call it? Foster Romanos' show.
Yeah.
You've taken another 50k from Wadaland. You've taken another 50k. We can change the air conditioning at the National Theatre.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the play. GQ. So this play, it's a very great play, but why did you choose that, and what do you seek to communicate with the play?
My connect with the play is personal. This is the play that ushered me into the world of theatre. Yes, it was the first time I ever stepped on stage, not TV. I had been on TV already from GSS.
Okay.
Was that at the School of Performing Arts?
No, it was actually in Fans Film School.
Oh, okay.
Secondary
School. Yes, I went to Fans Film School. My dad wanted me to graduate and then go through law school, blah blah blah, become a lawyer. So I was
not
reading.
too late.
No, it's not. I'm right after you. Got to law school on your set. You know. So I was reading history, economics, geography, and all that. I didn't even read literature at the time, but the school was going to stage it as part of speech day activities. And for some strange reason, the literature madam decided to call the tiniest boy in the school at the time.
Which was who?
Me.
Ah, okay.
I've said it myself. What else would you say? The tiniest boy in the school at the time to play the lead role, King Odewale. I mean, there were taller people.
So you were the Andrew Adote then?
I was the Andrew Adote then. I played it, and the reviews were great. I got stuck with the drama club after that. I went on to win contest for the Student Drama Festival. I won regional, I won national, and I've been into it ever since. After school, I joined David Donto's Cozy Theatre Company. You know, went through, did a few movies here and there, and we haven't looked back. So that play is a play that has been on my heart, and I have seen it done by so many different groups and organizations. I think I've even seen one in Nigeria before, then School of Performing Arts a number of times, and every time I see it, I felt it lacked something. I felt it lacked because maybe I got exposed to it a bit too early, so my understanding was quite deep, you know. And I've written a number of papers on it, exams and all that on it, so a lot of interpretations on it. So I mean, by the time it was time to actually stage it, it was a bit personal for me. So we brought everything. We couldn't get everything we wanted.
Yeah.
You know, no, there's still something that I want that I still haven't been able to get. Well, it's where we are in the limitations of our country.
Strive for perfection.
Yes, we strive for perfection because there's something else that we want. But
Do the themes of the play have political underpinnings?
The good thing about The Gods Are Not to Blame is that the themes speak to every aspect of life. Every aspect. The most important thing, the biggest theme in there for me is patience. Patience. With patience, you can win strong battles.
Okay.
Patience in everything that we do. Odewale, I mean, a tragic hero. I mean, it's a major character flaw. His impatience, his hot temper.
Yeah.
The entire story is woven around him.
That's right.
And you know, it's an original Greek play, Oedipus Rex by Sophocles, that Ola Rotimi did an adaptation. Yes, he wrote the play, I think, in 1968, and then 1972 he had a novel on it as well, or something like that, or vice versa, one of them. You know, so it's all woven around King Odewale, the central character, and the main thing is conflict. You know, there are various types of conflicts in life. Man versus himself, man versus nature, man versus his fellow man, and all that. And all three kinds of conflicts play out in this very play. You know, he versus himself, he versus nature, he versus his fellow man. It all plays out. One person. And everything could have been different if he had been a bit more patient, a bit more temperamental. And for me, there's no bigger lesson than that in life.
Yeah.
When you're angry, say nothing.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. Now, you had some of the greatest actors on stage. David Donto, Fred Amugi, Maoli Semevo, Charlie. Great man.
Andrew
Man.
Tando,
Andrew.
Nashoko, Dadum, all of them.
How did you get them?
Well, you know, To start with, yes, we called them. You know, I had worked with Uncle Fred on a detective calls.
Yes, yes.
And
yes.
you know, beyond being a great actor, he also advises you. Even your directing, he supports you and all that. So I've always yearned to work with him again and again and again. And then Uncle Dave had come to the National Theatre to rehearse for another play, which they'll be staging, I think, on 28th and 29th of December. And then he saw our rehearsal, and instantly I approached him. And I said, Uncle Dave, we are doing this, so I need a narrator. In fact, I don't need a narrator. I need you to be the narrator. And then I said, okay. What plays? I said, the God has not. Oh, that's nice. Why not? Let's do it. Just like that. He did not even ask how much I would pay him, how much no. And that's the good thing about working with all these legends. They are so committed to the art, they don't even ask about money.
They
first.
don't want money?
It's not that they don't want money. They don't ask about money first. You understand? So as we progress, you also need to show them respect by bringing up the money conversation, even though they haven't brought it up. You don't want to take them for granted. So yes, we had the finance conversations, and then we went ahead. You know, but it's been an honor working with them. That success you saw on that stage, it wasn't all me.
Yeah.
It was because we had some of those legends bringing all their ideas on board. And we also had Abe Kusego, whose production will be staging on 28th and 29th at the National Theatre. He also gave us guidance from time to time. He would call me, I think here, if you change this and do this, it will be. So you may be mentioning my name, but the glory and the honor really belongs to all these people. And then the fine actors we have from the National Theatre.
You made a profit of 4,000 Ghana cedis, you said?
Thereabouts.
How are you able to
We
pay?
did not
How
make profits.
How were you able to pay all these people? Did you pay them? Did you pay everybody?
We've paid as much as we can. What was left was for that. And even that one, we just realized that it was because somebody gave us something for free. Because that thing was going to cost us 12,000. You know, when you're entering the theater, all the artworks where you could take pictures, the backdrops and all those things. Yes, it was support from brand schemes. Derek, thank you very much. If they had charged us, we would have been in deficit.
Whose baby played the baby Odewale?
It's what's her name? It's Nashoko's friend. Yeah, Nashoko's friend.
Was it difficult getting the baby?
No, the woman is an actress herself.
Okay.
You know, so when she
I must confess that I did something bad to the woman.
What did you do?
She was sitting right in front of me. And so when the baby was brought on stage, she was going to take a video or photo.
Oh.
And I said,
and you stopped there.
Oh, that's my baby. I said,
You know, when I was watching, I was like, now what Benny say?
But the baby was something else. The baby didn't cry, didn't not once, and the baby played 3 different roles each time, and the baby did not fidget, not once, and it was as if the baby was enjoying what was being done and everything. That baby is a born star. Yeah. That baby is gonna be a star. Yeah.
When are we having the rerun, if you like, next week? Huh?
Yes, we're starting on Monday in some 48 hours. Will that be done? That'll be 48 hours from now.
In
some 48 hours from now. We are going again. Monday 18th December, Tuesday 19th December, and Wednesday 20th December.
Oh,
and you know the interesting thing? For the first time in the history of all the works that we've done, I look on the ticket portal and I'm seeing the dollar side going up small.
Hey.
What it means is that people from outside are buying tickets. So yes, people from outside are buying tickets. So we're truly grateful to God.
From outside?
Yes, people from outside. People from outside.
December in GH.
December in GH.
Happening already.
You know, happening already. So people from outside are coming. Various travel organizations have called us to book tickets for various clients that are coming in. If I'm not mistaken, from travel organizations alone, we have over 200 bookings as far as tickets are concerned. So yeah, we're grateful, and we're still open. The packages are still there. It's just 150, but we have corporate discounts, group discounts, family ticket options, and all that. Just visit www.
More money for GRA.
Allah, and more money for GRA.
More profit for you.
Amen. We pray. www.imagebureaugh.com, or you can dial our short code *711 *11 *25 hash.
Again.
I'm happy you've just told us that you've seen the dollar section of your thing going up. You know, with every misfortune is a blessing.
Amen.
You did not get the weekend dates that you thought you wanted.
Yes.
Okay, but you did not get those because there's a cluster of events at the weekend. Maybe even if you had gotten the weekend,
they would have gone somewhere else.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Bankaka, you also know. I mean, you know even better than we do. West End doesn't happen only on weekends.
Exactly.
Every day.
Yeah.
It's
Every
every
day of
day.
the week. That's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah.
And so, with people who are in town now, not having anything to do during the week, waiting for, this is something they would all
Exactly.
rush to go and see.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
kudos to you.
But
mean,
I'd love to
you
hear Francis Doku's review. Pajon is now coming to see it, but you were there. We
But
haven't heard
please, your
review.
audio review here. Oh, you are
My
saving it for
my
podcast.
review is not ready.
No, but I for Africa Rising.
I think it just has to be said that
Yeah.
George and the team did very well. For some time, it was Uncle Ebo who was holding theater. Then likes of Latif, and Nikomi and others, came along. Theater was coming back again after I think it went down for some time. I mean, if you've been here for a while, you remember the festival of
Place.
Foreplay,
The festival of Foreplays,
and, and a whole lot of other that happened at Art Center.
Yeah.
Later, I moved to Drama Studio. But it all went down kind of. So it's good that we're seeing theater coming back. For me, that side of the arts need to be revamped again, because theater
Great.
feeds cinema. I mean, if most people who do stage acting kind of transit into screen acting, and all that. So I think there's a certain death in screen acting because of what happened to theater at some point in time. So it's for me, that's the point where I think that it's good that we're seeing this coming, and George and the team are recruiting young actors and mixing them with older ones like Maoli Semevo. I mean, Maoli Semevo was brilliant on the night.
I tell you.
He was brilliant on the night that I saw. I don't know the other nights, but on the night
He
that
was
I saw,
he was brilliant on all the
he
nights.
was brilliant, and all the actors. I mean, Andrew has been doing this for some time, and he showed class again, and all that. Everybody on the stage. Of course, for my review would be that I think some of the actors could have done. The director could have.
Which of
broken
them?
down?
Which of the actors?
I will pick Nashoko, because I've seen Nashoko and I've seen her, do a lot of plays, and so I didn't quite get her in the way that I know her to be. Must be because they've done about 4 different before the night that I saw, but generally I think it was good. My only biggest thing that I picked was that the director wanted to over-Ghanaize the play with the props.
True.
The props on the stage.
Over-Ghananized.
Yes, because
True.
it's a
Yoruba
Nigerian
story.
play, and the costuming and all that had a certain balance. But I feel that for me, I'm a purist. I want to see.
He was
You
doing
know.
Play Ghana agenda.
No, don't. Francis is right, and it was a convo we had. We were a bit limited in some, so we thought, okay, let's go African, because we had looked for even a few people to help us, even getting some of the songs that were used. We wanted Nigerian judges and all that. We could not get people to. We invited a few people, but our rehearsal times were also not favorable for them and all that. So yes, it's good feedback, and maybe reworking it for other platforms in the future. Those are some of the things that we need to look at. So yes, it's spot on. It's very spot on.
You didn't invite Pa John to come and watch some?
Pajon wasn't available at the time, but Pajon is coming this week.
He's coming.
Yeah, he's coming this
so
week.
he will be back again
Yeah.
to talk about it next time.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Definitely.
You saw that comment in my post. Somebody says he's at Bono East and that he should bring the play to Bono East. Do you remember?
We want to take the play everywhere,
But
but
But with a cast of 100 or more.
140.
140.
Yes, if we add the crew, we are looking at about 220 or so.
folks.
That's big.
Because we had about 8 costumiers, because the costume change and all that for all the people. We had about 8 costumiers. Sorry, the set, there was a set designer. Then we had about 7 carpenters, about 7 carpenters, about 4 painters. Then comes the props people. We had about 4 props people. Then we had about 4 makeup people as well. Of course, each of these teams have team leads and all that. Plus others, there were LED screens. The LED screens, that was what was playing. I'm giving too much away. Devil is a liar.
So it's not possible,
Let them come and see it.
to
It is
take
possible.
it outside.
Oh, it is
Accra.
possible. Everything is
The bat is the
possible.
bat.
If somebody would identify what we are doing and decide to put money behind us. Look, art is an expression. And a lot of the times, unfortunately, the people that are making that statement do not have the funds to take it around the world. Somebody needs to believe in it. Somebody needs to want to invest in it and take it round. What we did recently is something that we would like to show everywhere in the world. We want to go to the UK, go to the US, go to France, go to South
Answers
Africa,
this
go
question.
everywhere.
From Chichidudu. He says, please ask JQ if there are plans to take the performance outside of Ghana, maybe to other African countries and then to Europe, etc.
We would love to take it everywhere. And you see, and this is where maybe some of our embassies in other countries may want to, invite us to show the world what is available in Ghana, what Ghana can see. It is not by accident that the Spanish embassy in Ghana would partner Globe Productions to stage a Spanish legendary piece, 5 Hours with Mario. They know the statement they are making. Though it's an adaptation, they know the statement they are making and all that. Some of these cultural pieces, they are very, very important. You impose some of these things on your people. You bring some attention to your country. You draw some traffic to your country. Some may argue, but this is a Nigerian play. But no, it is a Ghanaian cast. And at the end of the day, it is the Ghanaian name that is being propelled. And who knows what we'll do next? You never know. So we just need the support. We want to go everywhere. If anybody can just hear us and
Kwame,
support
talking
us.
of support,
Yeah.
it brings me to this issue. I was having a chat with a friend of mine yesterday about support Ghana.
Yeah.
And he posed a question to me. He asked me, Uncle Ken, when these people talk about support, for instance, you just said that if you need people to come and, so he posed a simple question to me. He said, Uncle Ken, when the person puts money into it, what is he going to get back? Because I always hear your people saying, come and support us. Because his point was, if I put money into it, are you telling me I'm going to get the money I put
Return
into
on
it
investments. Are you
back,
investing?
and
You are supporting.
as well as make profit on it? Is that what you're
yes,
saying?
definitely. You see,
If I put 50,000 for
Yeah.
instance,
Yeah.
would I get 50,000 plus?
Plus,
that is
yes.
the whole idea. And we'll sit with you and do the math.
Okay.
But you see, just like with every business venture, there are risks.
True.
We need to understand the risk in there. You understand? You may put your money in football, hoping that because it's Hearts and Kotoko, the stadium will be full. There's no guarantee. There is no guarantee.
But half the time there is a guarantee.
Well, but there is still no guarantee per se. Yeah.
All right.
I was hoping that statement was going to be, but for the time, the station is full. But you said half the time. So it's not full.
So that
Half the
again
time,
makes
yes,
the
there's
risk.
risk.
You understand? We will do all the math with you. We'll do our projections. For instance, when we took our sponsorship proposals for the first show out, we analyzed that. Okay, we're projecting to present at least 4,000 people to see this play in one weekend, because we know the total seating for the National Theatre is 1,492. A few of the chairs are broken. Give and take 1,000 sold tickets, 200 complimentary per show. That's 1,200. That's 4,800 or thereabouts. You understand? So let's even work with a minimum of 4,000 people.
Yeah.
Massive exposure. So if you're a bank, what you want to do with this 4,000 people, that's data that you can collect at the entrance. Do you want us to now bring a digital something that you, so are you now going to go back and then you are now going to write to them, thank you for joining us, watch, if you want to blah blah blah, what do you want us to? But a lot of the companies that we have here, you take a proposal to them, you have to think for them on how to leverage on what you are doing. You understand? And sometimes it makes it difficult. I want to do something good for your brand. I want to make your brand look good. I've brought the people. The rest is up to you to do what you want to do with them. But if you want me to think for you, some of them you even think for them, You tell them what can be done, and they tell you, no, we don't have the resources
George,
to do
don't
this.
use the word think for them.
But that's
you
what it is.
suggest to them.
Suggest or explain
To them.
issues.
Yeah,
to
because,
them. Because if
they are
you
not
say
in- they are
think,
not in your area.
yes,
Yes. No, but you're not
But
telling
it's a
me.
marketing-
That is the
it's a
point that
marketing
I'm making. That
If you
so
say
you
think
explain
for them.
you
Yes, thank
explain
you.
to a lot of them. You understand what needs to be done, and then they come back to you and tell you, we do not have the budget. Because, for instance, maybe Brand Multimedia wants to come support the play, and then you tell them, okay, you're a radio station. Is it possible to have one of your shows set up a little somewhere in the corner so
Sure.
that you can have live interactions with the
Interactions with
patrons when they are coming in, when they are leaving, and all those things? Can we have an agreement where at some point you can pick a live part of the show live on your radio network and all that? It's good leverage. But they will tell you, no, we don't have the resource for that. You
Wow.
cannot blame them. If the resource is not there, it's not there. So again, instead of leveraging this, they would rather say no to you.
Joy 99.7 FM, Showbiz A to Z. George Quaye here, and he is staging The Gods Are Not to Blame again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Time again, George.
7 p.m. sharp. And everybody will tell you, we start on time or don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, you did start on time, but
So
it's
on
also
time.
one of my issues. It's stretched a bit.
The play.
Yeah.
Done. It's, we have looked at it so many times and we keep asking ourselves,
What can you
where
cut
can
out?
we? Because
Yeah.
there are two scenes that I actually took out. If you know the story very well, there's a scene where Ujola is playing with the kids upstairs before Odewale comes in. We took it out.
Yeah.
There's a second scene where the royal bard comes to shower some appellations on both Odewale and Ojola. We took it out. But what else do we take out to make it a bit short?
maybe you
Because
worry
it
too much.
exceeded 2 hours.
Yes.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And maybe you worry too much about people saying you're not giving them their money's worth if you shorten the time. But I always say a short play that has
The punch.
the punch
Yeah.
is better than an
Because there wasn't
elongated
no
one.
intermission, right?
Yes.
No, there was no. We
No
took out all the
intermission.
breaks. We took out all the breaks for one of them, but it was still. But it's the nature of the story too.
I mean, if the originator, if the creator of the play has made it such that it's 5 hours, how do we take what out?
Oh,
You can't.
you are adapting.
Isn't it permissible?
You are adapting.
I mean, I know there's
Yeah, it's an
George
adaptation,
Quaye,
so
what do
you
you
can.
call it, artistic license.
What we
and
did
all
was
that.
not an adaptation.
What is it?
Yeah, it's a full.
We staged the play. The
Play.
gods are not to blame.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're doing an adaptation, what we did
It's
with the
that's
detective
different.
calls was an adaptation
Yes.
of the original script and Inspector Calls written
Yeah.
by J.B. Priestley.
Right.
So we altered it a bit.
So
Again,
this
we
is-
took out a few scenes from that one.
Even
In fact,
that.
we took out
Yeah.
we took out a whole act
Even
from that
that.
one.
Okay.
To make it work. But this one is a bit tricky. But again, it's good feedback. We'll look at it. Maybe we also over elaborated certain things. For instance, the
Maybe
flashback scene.
that's what Francis
The
is
flashback
talking
scene, for
about.
instance,
Yeah.
we over
The
elaborated.
elaboration.
Great
Yeah.
one.
So maybe we may have to reconsider.
That's a better one.
Okay, so
Yes,
get your tickets
elaboration.
www.imagebureauga.com or dial *711 *11 *25 hash.
Yeah, man.
That's it, and get your tickets right now. Joe 99.7 FM. George, let's get into some questions to get me some headlines to do my stories. Okay.
Ayaka.
Agenda boys.
Allah.
Yeah.
You are ATWAC president, right?
Yes, I am.
What has
Last
been the-
time I checked.
What has been the impact of your association?
Not
And for
much.
those who don't know, ATWAC is Arts and Tourism Writers Association of Ghana.
Yeah.
You're the president.
Yes, I am. Took over from the Francis Duku administration.
and the person asking you the question, it was the PR.
I don't know them.
The person asking you the question was the PR.
I don't know them.
Immediate past PR. So today he comes to sit here and he has
if only people knew the trajectory of
the people sitting here minus me, all of them.
George Quaye,
Yes.
how is ATWAC doing? And what are you doing?
Same as I was doing when you guys were the executives.
Please don't evade this question.
I am happy.
How is it fair?
Let me make something very, very clear. I do a lot of things. And thank God a lot of the things that I do are there to show. When you're made a leader, you need tools and people to work with. There are a lot of dreams. There's a lot of vision that I have for ATWAC. when the membership and everybody has the time to ride along with me, we'll make a lot of change.
Yeah.
Until then, Atwag is suffering, and Atwag will continue to suffer. But we are not giving up.
What challenges are you facing?
Oh, some of the challenges we are facing include time and commitment. For me, the biggest problem that we have is commitment. And that commitment issue didn't start today. Francis Doku will bear me out. You
And
understand?
Kwame will bear
On
you.
your
Kwame
part?
will be-
On your part?
Not on my part. On my part of not just membership and executives alike.
Okay.
You understand? You see, this is not like the kind of organization where you have sit downs and there are allowances and all that. It's purely based on commitment to a sector. It's purely based on the fact that you want to make a change. You want to be a part of something that can make a change.
Yeah.
You understand? And until everybody comes to that realization and actually decides to commit time and resource to it, Atwag will continue to suffer.
But George,
Yes, sir.
you are president
Yes, I am.
of Atwag.
Yes, I am.
You are a very busy man.
Extremely.
You run Image Bureau. You do a lot of productions.
I run 4 organizations.
You
actually.
you even stretch your wings to go and produce other people's shows
Yes.
and things. So
I have a family, and I have.
You have a family?
I am also an MC. I MC
you are
people's
also.
weddings and
I
parties.
don't even
and
want
stuff
to
like
go
that.
into all that you do.
I even MC funerals too.
Oh man, this year.
So I am saying,
Yeah.
the first person who does not have time to commit is you. The president.
You may have a point.
Yes.
But that is why, before you can conclude, look at all the other things that I'm doing. Are they
Okay.
suffering? Or are they flying?
No, they're
Hold on,
flying.
Uncle Ken, they are flying. So why? The question you should ask is, why is this one not?
So why?
you have
Tell
time
us
for
why.
The other one, the people and tools and everything that I work with are
there.
Why you
committed.
said that?
And
this,
they
one,
listen.
this one they don't pay you.
Well, exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's exactly what I said. So the
Thank
level
you.
of commitment is low because nobody. So until everybody comes to that realization that
Francis, thank you.
it is something that we want to come together to make an impact. What did we do? When we came, we tried and we set up even an insurance policy,
Yeah.
you know, embedded in our dues and all that.
Yeah.
Even that, how many are committing to, you understand, and all that. Just so we can stop. George Quaye's leg is broken. Oh, let's contribute 500 cedis, 500 cedis each. No, I think it's about time we moved from that.
Exactly.
You understand? Even that, even dues. The dues, even former executives haven't paid.
It's okay. Joe 99.7 FM. George Quaye here. Team lead, Image Bureau. The girls are not to blame. It's showing at the National Theatre. It's staging actually. On Monday, December 18th, Tuesday, December 19th, and Wednesday, December 20th. Go and watch it. At this point, we are not talking artwork again. Yeah, George, before we end this session and then we move on, do you have political ambitions?
I don't know whether it is political ambitions, but if there's an opportunity to serve this country, I will not turn it down.
So, okay. If you are called
Make me president. Why not?
Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture,
I'm short enough.
Creative Art Agency,
Oh,
George Quaye,
What?
Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Creative Art Agency. If any government comes to you right now, would you?
Why
take
should I
the
drink
offer?
from a teacup when I can drink from the river? Make me president of the country.
George, answer the question.
I have answered the question. Uncle.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are asking if I want. I'm telling you which office I want.
You want president?
Yes.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, George Quaye, John 99.7 FM. We need to move on to the next.
Uncle Ken talk now.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay, 30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
Having all these people in this studio
Yeah.
today, if I don't make the point I
is
want to
important.
make,
Please
I
do.
would never get another
Please
opportunity
do. Please do. Please do.
Uncle Ken,
Uncle Ken, please
on
do.
this earth. You know why?
Yes.
And you included. You, Kwame.
Still on Atwag.
No.
Oh,
Uncle
let
Ken
me
talk.
just make my point. I beg, Kwame, if I don't talk again today, I'll be happy.
Uncle, let me open the volume more.
You, Kwame,
Yeah.
Francis Doku, Pajon Bensifi Datson, George Quaye, the 4 of you sitting here are proficient writers that contribute to my reading, on social media. and in the dailies and things of that. Arts, all of you people sitting here, the four of you. Pajon, I don't miss. It's because of Pajon and a few other people that I buy the weekend papers, the Mirror and stuff, because I always want to read Pajon's column on it. You, George Quaye. I wake up in the morning, the first thing I see is George Quaye and Kwame Dadzie. I read you people. You, Kwame, before I met you, I looked for you myself.
True.
And commended
I remember
on your inputs to this. My point is, it might not be artwork, but you people sitting here, please tell me, there are people on the social media streets who are influential because they are writing every day, talking to, wanting to speak to people and tell people about what's going on and things. And those people write bad grammar. But unfortunately, for their numerous followers, they maybe because they don't know, or they just cannot tell them that some of the things you people write out here is outrageous and will not lead others to learn. And they are the loudest out there, because every single day they want to write. And I was expecting Artwork to bring all those proficient writers and prolific writers together so that they can school them and help those people along the way.
That's a tall order.
We will get there.
We won't get there. Don't come. Let's be honest. We'll get to it.
Thank you very much.
Tall order.
Uncle
Ken, you see, I think that this is an interesting thing you've hit on.
Yeah.
The audience deserve the people who write for them. You know, that kind of scenario. The audience will not read me because brofo baby.
They will say it's boring.
The audience don't read Francis Doku because it's too brofo. It's not short. It's not shorthand.
It's sensational.
Yes. And so, if there's any suffering that perhaps, you say that we are suffering, we're suffering because we're not sensational. And we just had that conversation, Francis and I.
Okay.
Dadzie and I had that conversation just before we entered the studio.
Oh, okay.
It's all about
Clickbait.
Yeah.
Something.
I don't do sensational.
Yes, I know you don't. I feel sorry.
I do a little.
I feel very sorry for the youngsters who follow these people, and even if the person has written garbage, they praise them.
Yeah.
And they don't learn.
No.
I chanced upon a write-up that had to do with I granted an interview on City TV yesterday morning, and I spoke about media being a bit more interested in the arts. Imagine if every morning show dedicated at least one day just for art, every morning show, every other and all that, and somebody's going to write the story, and the first line is George Quaye, head of communications at Charterhouse. 29.
They don't research. They don't. I mean, time was
not enough. I finished. Another person says, "Oh, there are some media organization. They want to organize a comedy awards, and they want to congratulate me because a Detective Calls has been nominated as comedy show of the year." Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Francis, so what can
All right.
Yeah.
Let's come back. Let's address this during the tourism discussion. Yeah? Let's address this. Joy 99.7 FM. We'll be right back.